just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Simply and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jameis to throw it.
He'll get this to Hamler over the middle.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Winston.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Winston now from the 50. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
This defense for the Bears, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Winston.
That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. A 1st down throw for Winston.
Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
To throw is Winston. Touchdown, Vikings! O.J. Howard, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Vikings put the night's 1st points on the board as they take the early lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
Well, that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now back to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Out route looking for McClure, and he's got him.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
One back and he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Bears! Dawson Knox, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bears respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
3rd down is a run by Cook.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Winston. And complete right side to Cook.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
That'll be complete to Alan Lazard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Play fake. Winston. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
To the air again with Winston. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Jameis now on first down. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. That's going to bring out the 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Winston. He'll dump this off to Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball. All right, when guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
.42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the gun, Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on second and long. Winston. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. Winston. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Throwing again on second and 10. Winston. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Throwing, Winston. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a capper there with a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up second down.
That's a single throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They go play action. Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Second down at 5.
They'll try the middle with Cook. Able to slither by. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. He's got Smith here. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that extends their advantage to 6 at 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 8.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
There's Mooney with another catch.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
That's complete to Mooney.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now Pollard, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser or fullback and let him get the job done.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Bears are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point. They're up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Vikings.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. That's complete to Lazard. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Well, I know he doesn't want to fumble loss by his name, but it was 4th down. I don't think he was going to get to the marker anyway.
I think he just hired you.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
So after review of the play, ruling on the field
the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll run with Pollard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have to lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is.
offense.
Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Winston readies the offense. Down by 8, just under 2 minutes to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play.
Winston to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Saunders. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires Here's one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Complete. Smith has it. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. He's back to throw.
It's complete. Lazard.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Winston. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here's Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears have just about sewn up this football game. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were...
Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know a way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused.